How to survive CIA enhanced interrogation. Lock me the fuck in, bro. I don't even know what... I mean, I know what interrogation is. I'm not that retarded, but... You feel me? Like, we gonna really get into the nitty-gritty of it. Former CIA. What the fuck?
Wait, some people say, if you're... Hey!
What the fuck? I might be. Why?
What do you want to know about this answer?
Oh!
Tell me about what you feel emotionally during an interrogation. Anger. You're looking at humans as an information source, and if you really think about it, that's all a human being is. The more you fight, the harder you breathe. And the harder you breathe, the more your body demands oxygen.
Yo, that's fucked up.
Hey,
Oh!
bring your feet together. Stay in that position.
You've
Oh
given me
my-
2 answers to this one simple question. Why would I waste my time with another question? Do you recommend people try this at home? Absolutely not. Do not try anything you see depicted in this video at home.
Bro, what the fuck? I don't know what any of those words mean.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be interrogated at a CIA black site? Well, I certainly have, and to find out what it's really like, I
What
volunteered
words?
to experience it for myself. For my
Yo, why is
interrogators,
Tommy
I
Loki
recruited
Jack?
former
What the
CIA
fuck?
agent Andrew Bustamante and ex-Blackwater mercenary Trevor Fortner to take me through the most commonly used enhanced interrogation techniques. I then rented a scary-looking kidnapping van and warehouse in Milwaukee, and I invited my friend, podcaster Julian Dory, to share in the suffering alongside me. Enhanced interrogation techniques, or EITs, have been some of the most controversial methods the United States has used in the war on terror. These tactics were designed after 9/11 by 2 psychologists, James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen, under the premise that techniques which avoid permanent physical harm are not considered torture. EITs were used by the CIA from 2002 until President Obama banned them with an executive order in 2009 due to the growing consensus that these methods violate human rights, international law, and do not actually produce reliable intelligence. And allegedly, they are no longer in use today. So folks, join me now in a CIA black site simulation. Disclaimer, do not
Hey,
try
this
this.
is actually
These
fucked.
scenes are simulations performed by trained professionals with years of experience and a nurse on site. All participants in this video are friends in real life and consenting adults. Quick announcement, boys. It's time to go guns blazing into the summer, so we launched a shirt to represent that.
L-I.
Available in moss green
L.I.,
and
man.
brown.
If they ain't paying
It's
me, I
time
ain't
to
going.
count.
We are about to pick up Julian Dory. Julian Dory is serving as an American citizen to show what it would look like if a U.S. citizen was picked up by authorities for any kind of intensive questioning. When you see this hand signal, that means it's go time. And when you guys see this, that means it's go now.
Oh, shit. Yo, they make this hella
What's up,
realistic.
everybody? This is Julian Dory. I'm coming to you live.
Do you want an ad hater? Of course.
We are covering the Kia Boy story. Now,
Julian Dory,
yeah.
I need you to come with me, sir.
Oh. This is where it starts, chat.
We're about to go pick up Tommy, and we've set up a scenario where Tommy thinks that he's going to be interviewing several people locally as one of his normal videos before he goes to a different location to get snatched. Instead, we're going to snatch him in the middle of the interview in front of a watching audience so we can see how they react and so that we can get the jump.
Ooh. I like that, though. I like that. Game realistic.
On Tommy.
Drop the low. Drop the low.
All right, guys, we're boots on the ground in Milwaukee, talking about some controversial issues. Guys, can I get your take on what's happening in Los Angeles right now?
We haven't really heard anything much about it. We're from the UK, so.
Do you have any takes on what's happening in Los Angeles right now?
Oh, it's horrible. All this property's being destroyed.
Are you worried that this might usher in the beginning of a surveillance state where database is kept? Your name, your
Oh, he about to
phone
get snatched, bro. Are they not getting arrested? Because it's all planned. It's not real.
Back to our 5 o'clock.
You guys take position behind it.
It's up to us.
So, are you afraid of a company like Palantir coming in here and eroding our freedom?
Oh.
You know, I don't know a whole lot about Palantir, but
The counterpoint, one more question. The counterpoint is some people say, and when you guys see this, that means it's go now.
Yeah. Oh!
Hey!
Game realistic. Game realistic.
What the feds! Come on, lawyer! Dan Adams! Who is that?
What the did you do? It's Julie. Dick.
What are you doing here?
You fucking
What is
dick.
this, 50 Shades of Grey?
You have it in public? Yeah, I mean,
My wife doesn't even do this to me.
I guess no one just called the fucking police.
I'm a crock. Hey!
Hell, citizens, I guess.
Continue to resist. I'll add more strength.
3 minutes to destination.
3 minutes.
Hey,
It was
yo.
only a few minutes in and things were not looking good.
Imagine a man whispering that in your ear. If you continue to resist, I'll add more strength. What the fuck?
I was zip tied, there was a knee on my back that was making my breathing more difficult, and already a creeping sense of powerlessness was setting in.
Typical American. AK loves that kinky talk, trust me. Yeah.
Walk forward. All the way down.
Bro, this is actually fucked up, bro.
This is quite the first day. Why?
Yo.
Tommy, put your head in the corner. Step your feet back.
Come on my feet. You just say please next time.
Yo, that's actually fucked. You got ads on? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got sub up free if you got Amazon Prime. If you don't got Amazon Prime, man, hold that. I ain't gonna lie. You might have to just scope it out.
My name is Andrew Bustamante, and I'm a former clandestine
Kiss is
CIA
crazy.
intelligence
Chill out,
officer.
bro.
I served with CIA from 2007 to 2014. When I was with the military, I learned about an introduction to interrogation, and then when I was with the CIA, I became part of multiple teams that were engaged in debriefing hostile intelligence targets.
Hold on,
from-
chat. Hold on. Let me make sure this shit updates. Hold on. There we go. I want to see number 8 right there. There we go. Give that man a kiss. Hell nah. 2 bitches. You mean a few? Oh yeah. We gonna play that after. I ain't gonna
terrorist
lie.
organizations. Some of those operations included enhanced interrogation briefings.
Remove his clothes. Lean back. Stay
Remove
in
his
position.
clothes. Yo.
Why are you doing this?
Quiet.
I didn't sign up for this drug like that.
All these techniques you see are outlined in a top secret CIA handbook. While much of it is redacted, we can show you some of the tactics approved for use, like facial holds, stress positions, facial and belly slaps, and use of cold. These methods are delivered in a calculated manner designed to bring a detainee to such a level of discomfort that they want nothing more than for it to end. And what I want to draw your attention to is how pages 46 through 67
Bro,
are
what the
redacted,
fuck?
leaving me to wonder what could possibly be worse
Hey,
than
yo.
waterboarding, mock executions, or being shackled for days.
Stand.
Let it happen, Tom.
Yo, what the fuck? Pants 2 is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. What if you get bricked? Middle of the interrogation.
Now, because we're trying to keep Tommy safe and we're trying to abide by YouTube principles, we've let him remain in his underpants. Otherwise, if this was a true interrogation, we would have stripped him down fully.
Dead ass? What the fuck? Nah, fully naked is crazy.
By that dangerous, you guys gonna do this?
Lift your head up. Lift your head up.
Bro, that's
My name
actually
is Trevor
fucked up.
Fortner. I spent 12 years with the United
Nothing
States
compared to
Navy.
Mexico's torture. Get stripped every time you go to jail. That's fucked.
3 of those was with an Army Green Beret counterterrorism team. About 4 years with Blackwater, and then 4 years working for the United Arab Emirates.
Hey, yo.
Sit tight, gentlemen. We have both of our captives in custody. We have put them into a position where they do not have control over their own movement or their own location. This is part of a psychological breaking down process to prepare them for what we're going to do with them next. We're going to move them into a series of stress positions. Those stress positions are positions that are unnatural to the body.
I dare you to let me build you.
Bro, this guy's a fucking freak, bro. Stop looking at me like that. I dare you. Shut the fuck up, bro. Ron, since you're new here, we don't say no Diddy or no homo. We say no AK. Bro, that's cat. We don't say that, bro. He's the only one that says that, bro. Do not start saying that. That should be getting me tight, bro. AK taught Diddy everything he knows. Yo! Chill, bro. Don't be saying shit like that. That's fucked up. Don't be saying shit like that, bro. Don't be saying shit like that. We need the emote? Bro, we don't need no emote, bro. If you want the emote, you make it. I'm not making that emote.
Secures on. 3 feet together.
Do you think it would be accurate if people assumed that most CIA interrogators are some sort of sociopath or psychopath?
That would not be a safe assumption. There are sociopaths that exist in federal government. I would not say that there are psychopaths that exist in federal government. There's a very detailed vetting process that prevents those people from becoming uniformed, sworn officers to the Constitution.
You know it's a hassle? Getting interrogated by the CIA. But what can help avoid you some hassles is the sponsor of today's video.
L-ad, bro. L-ad, L-ad, L-ad.
Yes.
I need that.
You have any time around here? Hands coming loose.
Top resisting.
Stop resisting.
Secured on the right.
Nah, men bitch slapped him and said stop resisting. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. Holy fuck. I don't even think I could. Oh. Yo, my belly gets in the way, bro. I don't think I could be in that position for more than like 3-4 minutes, bro. Dead ass. What the eats looking like? What I had today. I ain't gonna lie. I had a little pizza. You feel me? Tight shit. What y'all have for dinner, chat? What y'all have for dinner? Braun Glazer. Because you're new, just know every day I ask y'all, yo, what are the eats saying? What you have for dinner? Let us know what you have for dinner. W eats or no? Let me know.
The first thing that's really hard to come to grips with is how utterly powerless you are in this situation. Whether it's my neck being held against the van or my head being held in a corner of the elevators, they're bringing me from one spot to another. When you're bound and there's no potential, even if you squeeze a little bit or try and move, you're going nowhere. It's a level of powerlessness that I've never experienced in my life. In the interrogations that you participated in, do you feel like that person deserved to be in that chair having those things happen?
I have met more people in my life that deserve a bullet in the face than you have met people in your life that you would like to have a drink with. We're simulating an interrogation, so that means that Tommy and Julian have to refrain from giving us truthful answers. Their goal is to resist the interrogation. Our goal is to succeed in the interrogation. So we're going to be asking them very basic questions that you know the answer to and we know the answer to, but when they answer those basic questions incorrectly, that's Tommy and Julian's way of showing us that they are resisting the questioning.
This guy's not tough.
Question number 1. What is 1 plus 2?
3.
3 is the answer?
Can you tell me why I'm here first?
The question is, what is 1 plus 2? You've answered 3.
To the best of my knowledge, that's 4.
Answer the question.
Yo!
You previously said 1 plus 2 is 3. Did you not, Tommy?
I don't recall. It's easier if you want time. I can answer all these questions you want.
Answer his question. I wonder if a little more time is going to bring you back to your original answer. We'll find out.
What was the longest period of time that you saw someone get interrogated for?
15 to 30 minutes at a time, usually during scheduled interrogations, and oftentimes after the interrogation actually occurred. It was our chance to review footage of the interrogation to see if any significant intelligence was shared.
Oh, shit.
Tell me about the torture memos.
There were a lot of memos that came about during the question of whether CIA was torturing folks in Guantanamo Bay and other secret sites. The memos themselves were really part of internal classified CIA documentation. The memos, the traffic did confirm that enhanced interrogation was being used and that the techniques that went into enhanced interrogation did suit or did fit civilian court definition of torture. At this point, we have Tommy put in what's known as a transit position. That position is very stressful because it makes blood rush to the head, and it doesn't give the lower extremities or upper extremities any opportunity to stretch out without pulling on the other extremity. So it's a very uncomfortable position that's designed to increase the blood flow to his head, which will come with headaches and lightheadedness and some other things. We have a nurse on site to make sure that we don't lose Tommy so he doesn't pass out or hurt himself, but we want him to feel what's really happening.
Oh shit.
Stop talking.
Yo, I hate how he be whispering in his ear, bro. That shit is so freaked out.
Who do you guys work for? Stop talking.
One of the key elements that we're going to use against both Julian and Tommy is the element of time. Stressful positions and long durations of time break down an individual's psychology and makes them more susceptible to cooperation.
What you personally have done within interrogations, you would stand behind and said, yes, I did the right thing.
Absolutely. Are you with us?
Oh! What the fuck?
Basically.
Nah, he smacked his head.
Yep, I'm here.
What you guys doing? The is this shit? Go to your stomach. What the you guys want from me? Get to your stomach.
Bro.
Back in transit, it looks like a restraint broke.
Copy.
It's a simple question, Tommy. What's 2 plus 1? You said 3, and then you said 4.
I told you the answer.
Sit. What was the answer? Transit position, please, gentlemen. Transit position, please.
Let's negotiate here. Hey, bring your feet together.
Bro.
Can you work this out another way?
Oh!
Together.
Oh.
Stay in that position.
What is 1 plus 2?
What do you want to know about this answer?
Oh!
You have a partner sitting next to you. He's been sitting here peacefully, untouched, while you've been deciding the answer to 1 plus 3. I'm afraid that if you struggle to remember the answer to 1 plus 3, you may need your partner to help jog your memory. You think you can remember the answer to 1 plus 3, Tommy?
I think I can figure it out.
Hey,
Why don't you give it
yo.
to us?
1 plus 3, 5.
Oh!
I don't think that's the answer that we're looking for.
What answer are you looking for?
Looking for the correct answer, Tommy. Every time you hear a slap, Tommy, that's not yours. That's somebody else paying for you. Because you won't answer a simple question. What's it going to hurt anybody to tell me the answer to 1 plus 2? It's not going to hurt anybody. Except when you don't tell me the truth. Tommy, 1 plus 2 equals.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
3 answers to this one simple question. Why would I
Yo!
waste my time with
This guy volunteered for this?
Your questions aren't very good.
This stress position was becoming increasingly more unbearable. As the minutes passed, pain was creeping into my back and hips, but I knew it wasn't enough to make me full. We made it through phase 1 without breaking, and now it was time for a quick post-game interview.
When you've got snatched, what went through your mind?
In a real scenario, it's better to die in the street than get taken anywhere you go.
Describe what it's like to be hooded.
It smells like shit. I mean, being face down on a metal floor ain't exactly comfortable.
How long do you think you've been apprehended in this building? How many minutes?
35.
I think those stress positions felt a lot longer than they really were. It probably was actually 2 or 3 minutes each time you kept me there, but it felt like 7, 8, 9 minutes.
There's an element of, it sounds like, inconsistent time between the two of you. Part of that, do you think, is because Julian's in a comfortable position compared to Tommy?
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, let's bag him.
From the interrogations you
this is actually
participated
fucked
in,
up.
do you have any lingering negative side effects? Bad dreams, guilt, regret?
I have flashes of memory, and when those memories flash through, they don't cause me trauma or stress. They're more like an interesting moment of privileged insight.
Oh, the water.
Tommy, kneel.
Oh, the ice water is fucked.
Tell
I ain't gonna lie.
what you feel emotionally during an interrogation.
I sent a TikTok of what I ate, I bet.
The driving force in an interrogation. Anger is the thing you have to hold back because it can drive you to make some very rash and unproductive decisions. Tommy, the original question we asked was 1 plus 3. Do you recall that conversation?
Oh, plus the
Can you
wind
please just
from the
make this
fan?
easy on all of us. Can you tell us the correct answer to 1 plus 2?
I already told you the answer. 1 plus 2, Tommy.
1 plus 2?
No, that's fucked.
1 plus 2.
Tell me the
Bro, this
process of
guy's
breaking
freaked
down a
out, bro.
human.
That ass.
Everybody has a different recipe. For some people it's emotional, for some people it's physiological, for some people they just
It's just
make
like,
mistakes.
bro, he's
in what they
that's the
say.
thing. He's the whole purpose of this is him not trying to get the right answer, bro. Like the whole purpose of him is is him not trying to give the answer because they're trying to simulate a real interrogation. You feel me? Like,
And then when you throw that mistake back in their face, they logically, rationally can't regain their footing. So people break down in different ways. Some people are emotionally distant or cold, and rationally they break down. Some people are physiologically strong, and they don't like discomfort. Some people are physiologically weak and gross and disgusting, so they already feel uncomfortable all the time, and there's no amount of pain you can put them in that makes them feel that much worse than they live. But in all cases, you're kind of mixing the three together to get that perfect concoction where somebody melts down. Let me change the question. It could go away, and here's the question that could make it all go away. What is the capital of the United States of America?
oh, oh, oh.
At this point, I'll take the capital or 1 plus 2, Tommy. A little bit harder. Let me get a health check. Sounds like you're healthy.
What makes something torture?
When I think of torture, I think back in Vietnam, some of the things that were being done in Afghanistan and Iraq, that I'm not trying to elicit information from you, I'm just physically punishing you.
No, that ice on the back, I know is burning, fam. Holy, I know it's stinging.
Give you a break, Tommy. Share the burden a bit.
Oh.
Tell me the truthful answer to 1 plus 2, or the truthful answer to the capital of the United States, and that hood is coming off.
The wet hood was giving me a creeping sense of suffocation. Each breath became more difficult, and this fed a cycle of rising panic. With no end in sight, suddenly giving up the answer to 1 plus 2 didn't seem like such a big deal.
3 is the answer. Can I get some scissors, please?
Oh!
My breaking point was for sure the water and ice scenario. Not necessarily because of the cold. The cold was uncomfortable, but it was the struggling to breathe as the mask kept closing in. And then as I continued my struggle, it only got more pronounced of I would blow and it would go away from me, and every time I would inhale, it was just a cycle that started amplifying itself. Talk to the speed at which people normally break in an interrogation.
In a proper interrogation, you usually have some sort of compliance within the first 7 to 15 minutes.
It only takes 10 or 15 minutes to break a good amount of people.
Yes.
Welcome back to the land of the living, sir. How are you feeling?
Not swell.
You told us the truthful answer that you were supposed to hide. Do you understand that? Why'd you decide to tell us the answer?
If you're able to keep me here indefinitely, there's no point. It's just a matter of when.
Do you know how long you were exposed to cold water? 3 minutes.
Yo, this guy's shaking.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
No way.
Humbling. It's humbling, man.
I later learned that this ordeal took much longer than 3 minutes, but in that moment, Andy lied about me folding quickly in order to further psychologically confuse me and break me down.
Oh.
It just felt like you were suffocating. Your every breath was a fight.
Did you know the answer to 1 plus 2?
Yeah.
So you knew the entire time, and you didn't tell us. That must mean you also
Yo,
know
this
the
guy's
answer to the
freaked
capital
out, bro. I'm telling you. He keeps touching their necks and their face and yo, I'm telling you, he's freaked out.
Can you give us the answer to the capital of the United States, Julian?
Guadalajara.
I mean, my geography isn't the best in the world,
Neither is mine.
but I would assume you would know the answer to capital of your own country.
Well, why are you assuming shit, Andy?
I think Julian needs some time in the transit position. You have a chance to do the same thing, Julian. You can also cooperate before we really start getting creative. You want to tell me that capital of the United States?
I already did.
Let's try it one last time, can't we, Julian? The capital of the United States?
Guadalajara.
What the fuck?
You know, most of the world doesn't have drinkable water. Yeah. You're gonna have all the drinkable water you could want.
Oh, the fan is the real killer, though.
Did you hear Tommy talk about how hard it was to breathe? Yeah. If you need us, just give us a shout. But we'll see what a little bit of time does to help you out.
Oh, that's fucked. I know it's fucking freezing right there. Ain't it Hollywood? Okay, gang. You know it's not Hollywood, bro.
Let's help Julian sit up, huh? We can get him on his knees. Fairly popular in the United States, of which I am asking you to explain the capital. And that term is waterboarding. Have you heard that term before, Julian?
Once or twice?
Yeah. We're not going to waterboard you. What we are going to do is share with you an experience that is parallel
This guy's
to,
shaking, bro.
alternate to that experience. We can help end the shivering, we can help end the shaking, it can all go away. This is your alternate experience.
Oh, that's fucked.
The more you fight, the harder you breathe. And the harder you breathe, the more your body demands oxygen. So if you want an insider tip, you have to calm yourself.
You personally have been waterboarded.
Yes.
Describe that experience.
It sucks. As soon as that panic sets in, there's no calming yourself down to come to the surface because the water just keeps coming.
Do you know what the capital is for the United States?
Oh, that's fucked.
All right, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Good man.
I ain't dying for this shit.
Yeah, no, that's fucked. I ain't
Was
gonna
there
lie.
a point
What
in
is
the
it,
interrogation
LA?
today where you
Nah, bro, it's
felt
Washington, D.C.
your confidence crack, where you felt it change, where you went from being cocky and boisterous to being nervous or afraid?
There were 2 times when you went into the second round of the waterboarding, and after in the first round, like that whole thing and the ordeal and the aftermath, we were looking at the video afterwards where like my head's being held back and I couldn't breathe. And that lasted, like you let that sit, you let that marinate. I was looking at the video, like that marinated longer than I thought. When you came back for the second round and I couldn't breathe again, it was like the most helpless feeling. And I was like, that's it.
Do you believe waterboarding to be a form of torture?
I do not personally believe waterboarding to be a form of torture. I think it is a highly aggressive, very psychologically traumatizing, very physiologically demanding form of enhanced interrogation, but it does not create long-term handicaps. It does not have long-term implications for physical damage.
So do you think it should still be in use today?
I think all the enhanced interrogation techniques should remain available to the US government, the DoD, and the intelligence agencies to use to keep Americans safe. Tell me what went through your head.
It was a rush, man. It was a real rush. Because, like, when we got up and you said alternate to waterboarding, I knew that was going to turn into pretty fucking close to waterboarding. And now, obviously, waterboard, you're actually all the way back. They're pouring the water straight into your face
that's
just
fucked.
continuously, so it's worse.
Do you believe waterboarding to be torture?
No, simply because it doesn't evoke. I don't have the intent to cause you permanent or severe.
All right, face it.
Bro,
Your
I'm not
life is
gonna
a
lie.
complete mess right now.
That shit does not look fun, bro. Dead ass.
What's your take on Guantanamo Bay, and do you think this will prove to be a blight on American history?
I think American history is going to forget about Guantanamo Bay in the next 3 presidential cycles at most.
But in your personal opinion, are you proud of what happened at Guantanamo Bay?
I'm not proud of most of what we have to do to keep America safe. I think Guantanamo Bay was an effort to try to improve our national security against a threat that was adaptable, uncontrollable, transnational, and radically motivated.
So if you were the President of the United States during that time, you would have said, yes, continue what we're doing at Guantanamo Bay.
If I was the President of the United States, we would have continued what we were doing at Guantanamo Bay.
Can you provide an instance where EIT resulted in actionable intelligence that helped save human lives?
There is no instance that can be shared with the American public about a moment when classified information was successfully extracted with an enhanced interrogation technique. By nature of the fact that the information is classified,
allowing 9/11 to happen was regarded as a massive intelligence failure by the CIA and other 3-letter agencies. And in order to prevent a future attack, the CIA decided to go gloves off and get aggressive to find ways to extract information faster from potential terrorists. Enter enhanced interrogation techniques. The CIA paid psychologists James Mitchell and Bruce Jessen over $80 million to design methods to quickly break down detainees and produce actionable intel. A key laboratory for developing these methods was the infamous black site in Afghanistan known as the Salt Pit. And for context, some of the people sent here included Al-Qaeda's most hardened members and guys like 9/11 mastermind Khalid Mohammed. Inside, suspects would be chained to the ceiling, kept naked in freezing cold cells, forced into stress positions for prolonged periods, and they were subjected to extreme sleep deprivation for up to 11 days at a time. These practices produced both physical and psychological trauma, and in a couple cases, death. Now, proponents say that these tactics are unpleasant, but absolutely necessary to have a safer America.
It was not torture. I don't believe it was torture.
While others say that these methods are a clear violation of human rights.
Were absolutely brutal, far worse than the CIA represented them to policymakers and others.
So it begs the question, does a guy like the 9/11 mastermind deserve basic human rights?
a soft approach is not going to keep a radicalized individual from hurting Americans. A soft approach is not going to alleviate the threats from a hardened aggressor. That's not how it works. The only way that you can have success against a hard, aggressive, radicalized target is to be able to demonstrate that you yourself are willing to pursue hard, radicalized techniques to break them of their will and spirit.
Do you think enhanced interrogation tactics work and should be continue to be used?
If executed per the black and white document, yes. If they're violated, no.
Now, what you've been seeing so far is enhanced interrogation against a hostile foreign threat, someone who is not a U.S. citizen. But sometimes, in some scenarios, U.S. citizens are actually taken into captivity and put through some advanced interrogation practices. And that's what we're going to show you next. American citizens can't be struck. They can't be hurt. They can't be injured in the same way that we can with a foreign hostile target. However, you can use stress positions on them to encourage them to cooperate because it's still within the realms of the law based on the situation, the information that they have. So in this case, we would put a potential risk, a potential threat, a potential suspect into a stress position for what could be minutes, what could be hours, what could possibly be days, always understanding that they have the rights as an American citizen. And because they're American citizens, none of this would be done without oversight or purview by an American law enforcement agency, something like HSI or FBI or Homeland Security, some other Department of Justice organization. All right, stand by for steer position. Let's stand him up. 1, 2, 3. Move to your knees, please, Mr. Dory. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Let's make sure he stays in that position without support. This little thing feels like a weight right now, huh? Maybe just a little bit more.
Oh, that's a core workout.
Let's get Tommy
right
in
there.
position because Julian doesn't want to cooperate. We are literally after the same goal. I don't think that's the right position, Tommy.
That's hard on your core, bro.
Because
I'd be cooked.
he's actually trying. Actually trying. Oh. You know, what's even easier than falling over is spelling a word. We're looking for a simple word. We're looking for July, Tommy. Can you give us July?
We're in June, pal.
Can you give us the spelling for July?
This sear position uses body mechanics to create unbearable feelings of joint pain. For me, it felt like the bone from my big toe to middle of my foot was going to snap.
Damn.
No?
Damn.
It's not a big request, you guys. And let me make sure you understand one more thing. If we have to go beyond this position, the next one is worse.
In July!
How do you spell it?
J-U-L-Y, god damn it!
All right, let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here.
Holy.
Golf has always been so exciting.
I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I lied, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit do look painful, though.
If what you've seen in the field is at 100% of an interrogation, what did Julie and I experience in here?
There were moments where both of you were deep in the experience, easily experiencing 70 to 80% of what a proper interrogation would look like, an enhanced interrogation would look like. But there were moments, fleeting moments, where the panic set in, where the worry set in, where even though you knew you were in multiple rings of safety, you still wanted out. Tommy, how are you feeling?
We all know that our tax dollars have funded outrageous things in the last many years, but the fact that U.S. citizens do this, you said for days?
Depending on the crime and the organization that has the authorities to arrest, stress positions are fully legal.
Fully legal.
Would you say that was torture?
We're back to that enhanced versus torture. I mean, it was not pleasant.
Anything that causes extreme discomfort and is done against your will, I would probably classify as a level of torture.
That's probably fair.
Unfortunately, the way you classify it is not the way that it's classified in the actual confines of the law.
If you had the choice between
Hold up, be right back.
brains out
Right
and
back.
killing yourself, or getting taken to a CIA black site indefinitely and seeing if you survive it, which would you choose?
It's a hard question because with 2 children and a spouse, the chance to see them again is motivating. you would have to make that decision one day at a time. I would imagine I would not brains out because I would want the choice to go one more day to make that decision.
I think the only way to survive something like this is to have a God, a higher power, a deep belief in something that
bigger than yourself.
Yeah, otherwise it's impossible.
These two have withstood an incredible amount of discomfort. They've done
I ain't gonna lie,
absolutely admirable performance
Fuck
throughout
that.
some very uncomfortable situations, but there's still one position left that's available for use against U.S. citizens, and I could not let myself shortchange you guys from this final experience.
This might be a short one. We'll see.
Are you good at intense positions?
Need to put your forehead on the wall.
Feet. Back up.
Spread your feet.
Forehead
and
to the
bring
wall.
those feet back.
Forehead to the wall.
Oh.
Back your feet up. Back your feet up. Don't move, sir. Put your heels on the ground. Back your feet up.
That's it. Back it up. Back it up.
Fuck
Just
that,
let us
bro.
know when you're done.
What are you thinking? It's been a long day, right?
Yeah,
No more secrets.
I don't think we have much more to tell him.
Fuck it. All right, cupcake, I'm out.
I got you, brother.
We're very much.
What are you the most proud of in yourself today?
That you guys were telling us off camera that Tommy and I had a pretty good simulation of what these things could be like, and that it wasn't just like a complete walkthrough.
And what are you the most disappointed in yourself about today?
It was bothering me when I knew there wasn't anything that could be done when it started with Tommy getting more than I was. You don't know how much longer that's gonna go on, and you're wondering, like, do I like try to jump out of the chair and make a scene? What's gonna happen to both of us if I do that?
You were saying off camera, I want to get the line right, but by having to do an evil task, it turns a good man evil. Or you have to dip your toes into evil. How do you deal with that as a man who doesn't view himself as evil?
Drink a lot of whiskey.
Do you think the fact that we need to use enhanced interrogation techniques to protect Americans is an ugly truth that Americans need to swallow?
I won't say that they need to swallow it. I will say that it's a f***ing sad reality. If they want to face it and address it, that would be helpful. I would love for people to come together and say, first of all, why do we live in a society where we have to utilize these tool sets? Just do good, be a good human being, and we wouldn't have to use these tactics. If you weren't doing evil against innocent people, we wouldn't have to come up with enhanced interrogation techniques.
Today we got a glimpse into how the CIA
Yeah,
conducted
bro, I ain't gonna
interrogations
lie.
between
That shit is
2002 and
fucked up,
2009.
bro.
And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what you just saw. For me, I'm still stuck in the gray area. On one hand, if I know that there's a guy out there with intel that can prevent a future terrorist attack and that interrogating him could save my family or even you watching this, I would say throw the kitchen sink at this guy. Do whatever it takes to break him and get the information out of him. But
Yo,
then
getting
again,
slapped
think
like
about
that
the
is
other side.
crazy,
The stories
yo.
of men held in CIA black sites in places like Guantanamo Bay who may have been innocent. Take Abu Zubaydah, for example. He has been locked up for over 20 years without ever being convicted of a crime and to this day remains in Guantanamo. That is a reality I wish on nobody. But folks, maybe the truth of the matter is that most things live in the gray area. This is something with no clean answer. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching, and to see more of Andy and Trevor, click their links in my description. New merch is on the site. I'll see you next week.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fuck all that, bro. That is crazy. W video though, Tommy. I ain't gonna lie, this video's dope, miss, bro. Y'all know I be fucking with his videos. W video though.